Seventh turn of the 2020 aerobic compost heap. So I've got 8 buckets full of green plants to add this time. A month before summer solstice, all these weeds, and around here what's considered weeds is garlic mustard and goldenrod and burdock. They are all coming up in a big way right now, and they're very easy to pick, especially after this rain. Things just pulled right out. Very succulent, very full of a lot of water. So all of these I'm going to add. I've got only 1 bucket of comfrey. I probably have another 1.5 of those left. The comfrey is the most important plant of all because it's got a lot of nitrogen. And at the end stages of this pile here, I want to keep it hot until I distribute it into the beds here for planting. So here we go again. This is the hottest day so far in 2020. We got some even hotter ones coming. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I didn't know it was that brittle. Now I got little pieces to pick up. There's plastic everywhere. You can't get away from plastic. And this time of the year, the birds are dragging it all over the place. They're bringing it to their nests, and it doesn't all make it. Okay. One of these times I'm going to open this up and it's going to be cold. Not this time. Actually, last year when I did this for a month, and that was kind of similar ingredients and a similar path, I did let it get a little cold at one point. This one hasn't gotten cold at all, and I don't believe it's gonna. But I ended up distributing it while it was still warm. And I started planting on it immediately with no problems. So lots and lots of goldenrod this time. Most of it was shooting up. It was 9, 12, maybe some of it 15 inches tall. That's where we want to be. That's the easiest to pick. So it's been more than 3 days now, probably 3 days and 2-3 hours. I don't know if this is the longest I've ever had it go. We have that white bacteria growing that I'm interested in. I just uncovered some of those black walnuts. They're digesting already. Ooh, they're hot. They're barely able to hold in my hand. That's the perfect temperature. That's what they look like right there. So we'll leave a couple of them outside the pile and we'll add them in as we go in. My fingers are stained now. That's funny. Well, that black walnut chemical, I don't know how they pronounce it for sure. I'm pronouncing it juglone. It doesn't slow the pile down any. Which is no surprise. I was taught in the permaculture design course that if it has lived, it can live again. And he didn't refer to it directly to composting like this, but I'm sure that was part of what he was thinking when he said that. I got got lots of greens to add, so I better keep going. Can't forget. The garlic mustard is starting to get a little bit stemmy, so maybe I'll get another picking out of it. Then I don't want a lot of stems in the final product. I almost got them all picked anyways. Pretty close to being harvested. Not many people, I don't believe, would think of garlic mustard as being harvestable. Good moisture. Got an old tree tag. Kiwi. Oh, I planted a lot of kiwi back there. Not very many of them are alive yet. Oh. The antlers come right off of this buck. I'll be darned. That didn't happen last time. But that's just the lower jaw. The jaws came off. So the antlers are still on there. Well, I guess that's going to ruin my European mount. The last time it stayed intact. Huh. Must be I had the fork on it and it just pulled right off when I was trying to leverage it out of there. I was a little more careful last time, I guess. Oh well. That shows you how good this stuff works. Even separates antlers from skulls. If I'd have known that, I'd have been more careful. Now I know for the next one. I just felt the antler. So that was the lower skull, the lower part of it. It does feel kind of loose. It's really getting digested. So I got a partial European skull mount now. We got really good moisture. Albano commented that he thought maybe I had too much moisture because he could see I was struggling with a little bit under the load on my fork. I've had them too dry before, and everything kind of really slows down then. This pile is just going really good, and it doesn't smell bad. First sign you're going to get that you got too much moisture is it's going to smell bad. You want to know what I mean? What you do is you take a leak into a can or a bottle or something and leave the cover off and let it just sit there. You'll know in a couple hours what I mean. That's what smelling bad means. I think maybe what he was watching me as I'm trying to get these strands of burdock. You know, you got your fork on part of it and the other part is still buried in the pile. So I think that's why it looks like I'm struggling since I put that burdock in there. That's what it is, Albano. Burdock stems. I guess I don't have this camera centered very well, do I? Can't do everything right. See, that stuff is holding in the pile as I try to yank it out of there. That's what it probably is. And make a nice little tabletop here. So what is it, the 22nd today? 8 more days. So I do another 3 and then a couple of 2s. So we're going to have 10. We're going to stop at 10 turns. That's what we're going to do. This is a lot of greens. I don't think I've ever put in as many greens as this turn right now. You know, maybe I have in the past. I don't recall it though. Voila. I am the compost maestro. You can tell I'm adding more material, the pile's getting bigger. This is going to grow me some very nutrient dense garden food for the next 17 years. Take that, Miracle Grow. Miracle Grow only lasts a year and a half. If you're using manure, just manure, aged manure, it's a little better, but it only lasts 4 years. Running all this material through this type of composting, 17 years. So you say, oh, that's a lot of work. Well, you amortize that over 17 years before you think that. It's not a lot of work. Like I said last time, this has probably started a cascade of events. It's going to make it this area here I could grow something without adding to it for the next century. Of course, I'm not going to live that long, so I'm basically way over my limit now, and now all I'm doing is having fun. So stay tuned for the next episode of As the Compost Turns.